Lake Manasarovar is a freshwater lake in the Tibet Autonomous Region, China 940 km from Lhasa. To the west of it is Lake Rakshastal. To the north is Mount Kailash. Geography. Lake Manasarovar lies at 4,590 meters above mean sea level, a relatively high elevation for a large freshwater lake on the mostly saline lake-studded Tibetan plateau. Despite claims to the contrary, there are hundreds of higher freshwater lakes in the world, including a larger and higher freshwater lake at 4,941 meters above sea level and 495 km2 in size, Anpa 2, further east on the Tibetan plateau at 33 degree 24 euro squared N 90 degree 17 euro squared E. The largest freshwater lake of its size over 5,000 meters elevation is Mapam Yumtso, also on the Tibetan plateau, at 28 degree 34 euro squared N 90 degree 24 euro squared E at 5,018 meters elevation. Lake Manasarovar is relatively round in shape with a circumference of 88 kilometers. Its depth reaches a maximum depth of 90 am and its surface area is 320 square kilometers. It is connected to nearby Lake Rakshastal by the natural Ganga-Chhu channel. Lake Manasarovar is near the source of the Sutlej River, which is the easternmost large tributary of the Indus. Nearby are the sources of the Brahmaputra River, the Indus River, and the Kanali River, an important tributary of the Ganges River. Lake Manasarovar overflows into Lake Rakshastal, which is a saltwater endorheic lake. These lakes used to be part of Sutlej River basin and got separated due to tectonic activity. Lake Manasarovar can be connected to the Ganga River basin through a 15 km long tunnel to divert its water for easy availability to Hindus of India who considers its water as sacred. Etymology: the word Manasarovar originates from Sanskrit language, which is a combination of the words Manasarovar, Manas meaning mind and Sarovar meaning lake. According to the Hindu religion, the lake was first created in the mind of the Lord Brahma, after which it manifested on earth. Religious significance. In Hinduism, as per Hindu scriptures, Lake Manasarovar is a personification of purity, and one who drinks water from the lake will go to the abode of Lord Shiva after death. He is believed to be cleansed of all his sins committed over even 100 lifetimes. Like Mount Kailash, Lake Manasarovar is a place of pilgrimage, attracting religious people from India, Nepal, Tibet and the neighboring countries. Bathing in the Manasarovar and drinking its water is believed to cleanse all sins. Pilgrimage tours are organized regularly, especially from India, the most famous of which is the Kailash Manasarovar Yatra, which takes place every year. Pilgrims come to take ceremonial baths in the cleansing waters of the lake. Lake Manasarovar has long been viewed by the pilgrims as being nearby to the sources of four of the greatest rivers of Asia, namely the Brahmaputra, Kanali, Indus and Sutlej. Thus it is an axial point which has been thronged by pilgrims for thousands of years. The region was closed to pilgrims from the outside following the Chinese invasion of Tibet. No foreigners were allowed between 1951 and 1980. After the 1980s it has again become a part of the Indian Pilgrim Trail. According to the Hindu religion, the lake was first created in the mind of the Lord Brahma, after which it manifested on earth. Hence, in Sanskrit it is called Manasarovaram, which is a combination of the words Manasa and Sarovaram. The lake, in Hindu religious belief, is also supposed to be the summer abode of the Hamsa goose. Considered to be sacred, the Hamsa is an important element in the symbology of the subcontinent, representing wisdom and beauty. In Buddhism, Buddhists also associate the lake with a legendary lake known as Anavatapta in Sanskrit and Anattatta in Pali, where Queen Maya is believed to have conceived Buddha. The lake has a few monasteries on its shores, the most notable of which is the ancient Ugompa monastery built on a steep hill, looking as if it has been carved right out of the rock. The lake is very popular in Buddhist literature and associated with many teachings and stories in Buddhism. Lord Buddha, it is reported, stayed and meditated near this lake on several occasions. Buddhists say that famous Uchirukuru Devana was nearby the Anavatapta Vila. However, more evidence shows that Uchirukuru Devana was the Kuril Islands, as the Sanskrit meaning of Yuchurukura is northern Manaskar meaning man, in the Ainu language. Lake Manasarovar is also the subject of the meditative Tibetan tradition, the Jewel of Tibet. A modern narration and description of the meditation was made popular by Robert Thurman. In Jainism, as per Jainism, Kailash Manasarovar is associated with first Tirthankara Lord Sri Rishabdev. Further reading. Alon, Charles A. Mountain in Tibet, The Search for Mount Kailash and the Sources of the Great Rivers of Asia, Alon, Charles. The Search for Shangri-La, A Journey into Tibetan History. Little, Brown and Company. Reprint, Abacus, London. 2000. ISBN 0-349-11142-1. A Tibetan Guide for Pilgrimage to Tsay and Mtsho Mapam. Tony Huber and Tzpak Rigzin. In Sacred Spaces and Powerful Places in Tibetan Culture, a collection of essays. Edited by Tony Huber, ppA 125 Euro 153. The Library of Tibetan Works and Archives, Dharamsala, HP, India. ISBN 81-86470-22-0. Lake Manasarovar is mentioned in the Siri Guru Granth Sahib, Thubron, Colin. To a Mountain in Tibet. HarperCollins. ISBN 978-0-06-176826-2, references, China Wetlands. Ramsar Wetlands International. PA 77. Retrieved February 6, 2012. A. B. Charles Allen. The Search for Shangri-La, A Journey into Tibetan History, pages 10. Little, Brown and Company. Reprint, Abacus, London. 2000. ISBN 0-349-11142-1. A.B. In Search of Myths and Heroes by Michael Wood, Eckhard Schleberger, Die Indisgar Paragraph Terwelt. Jugenddiedrich Verlag. 1997, The Jewel Tree of Tibet, Robert Thurman. Soundstrue.com. Retrieved on July 18, 2013. External links, The Pilgrimage Kora around Lake Manasarovar, Kailash Manasarovar Yatra 2012 News, Kailash Manasarovar Yatra History, Kailash Manasarovar Yatra Guide.